welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and this video is going to be just a little bit of a late February kind of collective haul. So February in terms of collecting has been a very busy month. As you'll probably be able to see now, kind of when I do this haul, I picked up an awful lot in February. I think there's a lot here that I would have ordered in January, but kind of with certain things that I order from eBay and stuff, they might take a couple of weeks. You know, like they're from secondhand kind of stores and that kind of thing. So yeah, it just feels like there's an awful lot here, but it's great. So a lot of titles I'm so excited to kind of finally check out. A lot of ones that have been on my watch list for quite a while, that I'm really happy now to have in the collection. Then I have, aside from having eBay, I also have a couple of Amazon pickups. I have some of the Studio Canal titles that were in the 2 for, I know they were 2 for 15 in the UK, they were 2 for 18 here in Ireland. So I got a couple of those, and there's a pile as well that I got from CEX and from secondhand shops, so charity shops kind of in my local area. So not a bad kind of mixture. I probably could have maybe split these up into, you know, separate videos, but I just thought I would just kind of put them all into one. I know some people like the kind of longer videos, so yeah, this one is probably going to be a long video, so get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, kind of whatever your preference is. And yeah, because this is probably going to be a pretty long video, but so yeah, for that reason I'm not going to do too much kind of chit chat, and I'm going to try and not linger on each kind of title too long either, because or else this video is going to go on for like 2 hours. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get into the haul. So starting now, I'm just going to actually do a couple of the TV shows that I picked up. I'm not sure if everyone's too interested in the kind of TV show titles, but there's only a small few here, so I just said I would kind of just include them at the start. So the first one is I picked up seasons 1 and 2 of The Good Wife. So this one, I think I got this at the start of the month, and I'm really struggling to remember where I got it. I think I might have picked it up maybe in a charity shop, but I'm not actually 100% sure. But I have seen all of The Good Wife, and I absolutely love it. I think it's an absolutely fantastic show. So I just said I would kind of, if I see the kind of individual seasons, that I would pick them up, because no doubt I will rewatch them at some point to the future. So yeah, seasons 1 and 2, and I'll be keeping an eye out for the rest. Then I'm currently watching The Resident, which is a medical drama. I'm actually watching it through Disney Plus at the moment, and I kind of like having these kind of shows that you can just throw on kind of when you're eating your dinner and stuff, like if you don't necessarily want to start into a film straight away, that you just have like a 40-minute episode to watch. So when I finished The Resident, I decided I want to kind of get stuck into this show, Damages. So this is a legal drama with Glenn Close and Rose Byrne. I know this is like not even a new show. This show has been out since probably like oh, it's actually out since 2007. So this is, yeah, definitely not a new show. It's just one that I've never gotten into before. So huge fan of Glenn Close, and I really like William Hurt as well, who is in this TV show. So I think after The Resident, I'm going to pick up, or I'm going to start watching this program. So this is seasons 1, 2 and 3, and then I also picked up season 4 as well. So I'm planning to watch the whole show, and I think there is a series 5 as well, which will be hopefully my next pickup. And if I don't see it like in a charity shop or something, then I'll just I'll pick it up from eBay or something. And then finally another one, this is another show that's like probably ancient at this point, but yeah, I have never seen an episode of it, and it's just another one that I might be just handy to have to kind of start maybe when I kind of finish with the other shows I'm watching. So this one is Brothers and Sisters. So this one has a really good cast as well. Sally Field, Rob Lowe, Calista Flockhart, Emily Van Camp, and yeah, a few other kind of very recognizable actors. So not sure if the husband is going to want to watch this one with me, because it seems like it's more of like a family kind of drama. But I kind of like those kind of shows. Sometimes they're just kind of easy watches. So I said I'd pick up the first season and kind of give it a go eventually and see if I want to continue the series. So next I'll move on to the Studio Canal titles that I picked up. So the first 2 are DVDs that I got, and I actually picked up these before the kind of 2 for 15 offer kind of started. So yeah, if I had known that was coming, I would have waited, and I would have got I would have got these on Blu-ray, but anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. But the first one that I picked up was this one, Fright. I know a lot of other people in the community have actually picked this one up and have kind of said good things about it, which is, you know, which is great. So this one seems to be like a very kind of stylized British horror film. Obviously starring Susan George, so I'm excited to kind of get more into her films. I haven't really seen too much with her in it, but she is excellent in what I have seen. So yeah, Fright, really excited to see this one. And yeah, I've heard good things. So if anyone else has picked this up recently and has seen it so far, please let me know what you thought. So the other DVD I picked up from Studio Canal was this was the 30th anniversary edition of Sid and Nancy, so starring Gary Oldman and Chloe Webb. So this one is like a biopic, basically focused around Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols and his partner, who was Nancy Spungen, I think is her name. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but yeah, I think they had like a very notoriously kind of tumultuous relationship, and highly kind of influenced by, you know, drink and drugs and all that kind of thing. You know, a lot of the carry on you kind of expect from, you know, someone in like a punk band, but at the same time, I think this, I don't know all actually of the full details, but I know this one does end kind of very badly, and it is a very tragic kind of story supposedly. So I know my dad was like a big fan of the Sex Pistols when he was growing up, and like he would kind of tell me some things about you know, about Sid and Nancy and their relationship and stuff, but I kind of don't really know like the full story. So I'm really interested to watch this one, and I guess yeah, I just kind of see the very kind of gritty kind of gory details of kind of what happened and their relationship. And you know, it doesn't sound like their relationship was very healthy. So it's, yeah, it's definitely going to be, I'd say it's going to be a pretty rough watch, but definitely one I'm really interested in watching. So yeah, Sid and Nancy. If anyone else has seen this as well, definitely please let me know. But yeah, definitely one that's very near the top of the watch pile, so hopefully I'll be getting around to this one very soon. So the next I did pick up two the 2 for 15 Blu-rays, and the first one I picked up was this Roger Corman film starring Vincent Price, The Mask of the Red Death. Now this one has been on my radar for a really long time. I've actually heard very good things about this. I've heard it's like a very strong Corman film, and like that there is kind of genuinely kind of some scary kind of scenes in it. So this one is basically surrounding this yeah, he's a prince played by Vincent Price, and he sells his soul to the devil basically in exchange for a very kind of lavish, kind of luxurious lifestyle, a lot of things, a lot of stuff, and you know, he kind of takes pleasure in other people's misery. And so it seems that there is this kind of plague, I guess that's like why they call it the Red Death, the Mask of the Red Death. So there's this plague kind of sweeping the land, and he kind of seems that he enjoys kind of seeing people fall victim to this. So sounds like a really interesting premise. Obviously, you know, somebody like that, they're definitely gonna, you know, get their kind of comeuppance in the end. So I'm really excited to see how all this plays out. And yeah, it just sounds like a really interesting premise, and as I said, I've heard great things about it. So yeah, I will definitely be checking this one out soon as well, The Mask of the Red Death. So yeah, that was the first Studio Canal one that I picked up. And the next one is a Nicholas Roeg film, and I think Ash covered this one in his recent pickups. And yeah, this one is The Man Who Fell to Earth. So yeah, I actually really don't know too much about the kind of the story with this one, to be honest. It just seems like it's a yeah, a science fiction odyssey, it says here, and about a humanoid alien who comes to Earth from a distant planet on a mission to take water back to his home planet in the midst of a catastrophic drought. So it's going to be really interesting to see this. And I think, like Ash was saying, I haven't really seen, you know, David Bowie in much you know, much films, apart from of course Labyrinth, which he is spectacular in as well. So it'll be really cool to see him in this one, and to kind of see yeah, see another Nicholas Roeg film, because I've kind of been recently kind of getting into more of his films, and he is a very interesting filmmaker and very unique in everything in his style, and he kind of is not afraid to kind of go all out there. So yeah, very, very, very intrigued by this one, The Man Who Fell to Earth. So next I'm going to go through the pickups that I got from Amazon. So there's about 6 titles here from Amazon and a box set, so I'll get into those and I'll show you what I picked up from Amazon. So firstly I picked up the only Criterion from my February haul, but it's a very exciting one, and I picked this one up on recommendation from Sammy G from Sammy G's World of Cinema. So Sam said that this is his favorite film ever, so it's also been on my radar. So I just said, you know, I would finally kind of pull the trigger and pick it up on Criterion, and it is this one, Stalker, from Tarkovsky. Yeah, Andrei Tarkovsky. So yeah, I really don't know too much about the story, but this has been one, it's been on my radar for absolutely ages, and just I hear nothing only incredible things about this one. Yeah, so I can't really speak too much on it yet. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. It'll be one that I'm gonna probably watch this week, and then I'll do kind of like a review in one of my next videos coming up. So yeah, I'm very excited, a little bit intimidated I think by it, because it's, you know, like it's a proper film, but I'm, yeah, very excited. So hopefully I love it as much as Sam does. So yeah, Stalker is the first one. The next is a box set that I'm actually so excited about. It is a box set of 4 films with Barbra Streisand. So I recently spoke about Funny Girl in one of my recent videos, and just how much I absolutely adored it. And there was a few there was a kind of just a few gaps in my Barbra Streisand like filmography of kind of the ones that I've seen. So when I saw this one on Amazon, it was like really inexpensive. I think it was like €14 or something like that. But there is 4 titles in this one. So this one has it has the movie Nuts, The Main Event, What's Up Doc, and Up the Sandbox. So yeah, four hopefully great films. I've seen What's Up Doc, but I've been really wanting to see all the other 3. So I'm so excited that they're all on the one set. And I've been meaning to pick up What's Up Doc for like the longest time. So to get it on a box set with other ones that I want to see is great. So yeah, I have no doubt that I love some of these movies. So yeah, I'm so pleased with this box set. So yeah, Barbra Streisand, and this is just called, yeah, Barbra Streisand Collection. So yeah, very excited about this one. So then next from Amazon is one that I also talked about in my last video, and it was a recommendation from Neil at Neil's Movie Channel, and it was this one, Heroes. So as I said in my video, I absolutely loved this film when I watched it. It was just absolutely fantastic. And just very briefly, it centres around Henry Winkler's character, who is a Vietnam War veteran who is suffering with PTSD. So he is in basically in like a psychiatric hospital, and he escapes basically because he wants to track down the other members from his unit and see kind of how they're doing. And then kind of on the way he meets this lady played by Sally Field, and they kind of form this like really sweet relationship. Yeah, very funny film. A lot of sweet moments in it, but a lot of very sad moments as well. So yeah, I absolutely love this. It was right up my street. So again, thank you to Neil for the recommendation of this one. So next is a kind of like a horror thriller that I had never heard of before picking this one up. I just recently watched like a YouTube video basically showing like some of the most underrated horror films and ones that people don't talk about, and this one was on the list, and it was high up on the list. So yeah, and I had never heard of it before, despite, you know, being interested in, you know, some of the actors on it. And it is this film, The Medusa Touch. So this one is a 70s kind of horror thriller. Now I'm not sure how scary it is because it's only a PG, but yeah, the video that I watched said it was said there was some very kind of frightening scenes in it. So yeah, we shall see. But this one seems to be about this character played by Richard Burton, who is he has kind of like these kind of telekinetic powers, and he uses them for evil. And basically It falls on like a detective and a doctor to kind of figure out how to try and stop him from doing it. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know too much more about it. So I'm looking forward to kind of going in relatively blind to this one. But yeah, as I said, I'd never heard of it. If anyone else has heard of or seen this one, please let me know what you thought. But yeah, I'm very, very intrigued, and yeah, hopefully it kind of it's as good as that video did say. But yeah, the Medusa Touch was the next one. The next we have a Demi Moore film, and I know like a lot of people actually since The Substance have come out have been kind of watching some more of her films, and I'm kind of the same. I have been wanting to track down some ones that I haven't seen, and this one now I don't even know if this one ever made much of a splash when it was released, or you know if it had much of a reputation, but yeah, I had definitely had never seen it before, and it sounded quite interesting, so I said I'd pick it up. It is this one, The Butcher's Wife. So yeah, I really don't know too much about this one. I think she again might be actually some kind of psychic, or you know, some sort of, I don't know, soothsayer or something like that. But other than that, yeah, this one is kind of another one that I'm going to be going in pretty blind to. I just really liked the cover art and everything like that. I thought it looked really intriguing, and it kind of reminded me of something like The Witches of Eastwick or Death Becomes Her, all those kind of films. So I don't know, it could be not like those films at all. But yeah, this one stars Demi Moore, Jeff Daniels, Frances McDormand and Mary Steenburgen. So look, hopefully it's a bit of fun, and it just does look kind of very kind of whimsical, and yeah, very interesting. So yeah, The Butcher's Wife, another pretty blind buy for me, but yeah, hopefully it'll be enjoyable. And so finally from Amazon, this one is actually from the German Amazon, because this just one seems like pretty hard to kind of get. For some reason I just I've been looking for this one for like quite a while, but yeah, I just decided to just get the one on the German Amazon, the German release of it. And this one was also spoken about by Roy from Blu-ray Movies. So he kind of had great, you know, reviews about this one, so it kind of spurred me on just to kind of seek it out and get it into the collection. And it's this one, Runaway Train. So this one stars John Voight, Eric Roberts and Rebecca De Mornay. So John Voight, absolutely love John Voight, so I kind of knew I would kind of get to this one eventually. But Roy's kind of you know, rave review did kind of push me to get it, and kind of spur me on just to kind of get it and finally check it out. So this is probably going to be one now I'm going to watch probably today, because I've just been dying to see this one. So this one just looks like a very kind of fast-paced, like exhilarating kind of thriller movie. So yeah, I'm really excited to see it, and I have a good feeling that I'm going to really enjoy this one. So definitely looks like a really fun watch. So Runaway Train was the last Amazon pickup. So next I'm going to go through the biggest portion of the pickups for the month, and yeah, these are the eBay pickups. I definitely went a little bit overboard with eBay. Like, I actually don't remember ordering this much, but this is what turned up. So we've got quite a substantial pile of DVDs from eBay, but I don't actually think I even like spent like a massive amount of money on these, but because they were all probably like relatively cheap. Usually from eBay I order from Music Magpie, which the DVDs are usually only like two something with like a similar price delivery. And then there is another one. Yeah, there's this other one. I think this could be like a German kind of company, Momax. Momax.com. So a lot of them come from this company as well. So yeah, I don't think I really spent all that much, but it looks like an awful lot of stuff. But yeah, they're all titles I really wanted to get anyway. So yeah, I'll get into the eBay pickups now as well. So I actually have another two Barbra Streisand titles, one I have seen before and one I haven't seen. So yeah, I'm really excited just to add these into the collection. The first one being The Prince of Tides. Now I know this is one that Barbra Streisand actually directed herself, and was this, I feel like this one was maybe I don't know if it like won an Oscar, but it was definitely, you know, kind of in contention the year that it came out. So, and I've heard absolutely excellent things about this one. I know Criterion actually do have this one out as well, but the Criterion, like, the fact that I don't know, just the fact that I haven't seen it, I just would rather just pick it up when it's available on DVD first, and then I can always upgrade it if, you know, if it's something that I really love. So really want to give this one a go, The Prince of Tides. And next is one that I'm just really confused why I don't have in my collection already, because it's one that I absolutely love, and it is Yentl. This is just an absolutely fantastic film, and it centers around the character Barbara Streisand basically plays this character who she really wants to learn the Torah, and, you know, kind of become kind of educated in like the Jewish books, but because she's a girl, she's not allowed. So she basically kind of dresses up as a boy and takes on this kind of male identity to be able to do that. And yeah, it is an absolutely fantastic film. There's some really beautiful songs in this film as well, and yeah, it's one that I'm definitely due a rewatch of. Maybe that's why I didn't realize I didn't have it, because it's been so long since I've seen it. But yeah, definitely one I need to rewatch very soon. But it is an absolutely fantastic film. So Yentl is the next one. And next is a 3 films starring another actress that I really want to get more of her films into my collection and see more of her films, and that is Karen Black. So I just absolutely adore Karen Black. Anything that I've seen her in, even if it's not like the best quality film, I just absolutely love her, and I just think she's just so unique and so eccentric, but she's just incredible to watch. I can just watch her in absolutely anything. So I picked up 3 Karen Black films, and yeah, 2 of them are kind of horror films that I don't know how good they're going to be, but I think I'm just going to enjoy them anyway, just because she's in them. But the first one I picked up actually does sound really good. It's this one called Born to Win. So obviously it has Karen Black along with George Segal and Paula Prentice. And yeah, this is another kind of new discovery for me. I haven't really heard anything about this before, but I only just discovered it when I was looking into Karen Black's filmography. But this one seems to be about a heroin addict played by George Segal, who, you know, he's constantly kind of trying to get his next fix, and then he meets the Karen Black character and kind of decides to give up kind of go cold turkey, but it kind of sounds like it doesn't kind of all go to plan, and yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's from 1971, so it's right in the era of films that I just adore, set in New York. So I just have a feeling that I'm gonna absolutely love this. And, you know, even with or without Karen Black, I feel like this is a movie that sounds like it's right up my street, but just the fact that Karen Black is in it just makes it more interesting to me to watch. So yeah, Born to Win was the first one with Karen Black. Then I have two horror movies that again I never heard of until I just started looking more into her filmography. And the first one is this one, Eternal Evil. Genuinely know absolutely nothing about this one. And then the next one is The Curse of the 49er, which actually looks like it's kind of going to be a bit funny. Yeah, this one I think is an early 2000s film. I actually know nothing about this one. I know she definitely is a little bit younger in this one, as you can see, so this could be like an 80s one. Yeah, I really should look into films more before I actually buy them, but I just was craving a bit of Karen Black action, so I just said I would pick these ones up. But yeah, this one is from the Film 2000 Shock Horror Collection, whatever that is. But yeah, this one looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, these two I'm sure I will enjoy, even though if they're a little bit silly. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for like a really kind of silly horror film, especially if I have some friends over and that kind of thing and have a few drinks. Like it's always fun to watch some like bad kind of schlocky horror. But yeah, those were all the Karen Black titles I picked up. So then continuing on with the eBay pickups, the next 2 are ones that I did cover in my last video, and they were ones that I really enjoyed. And the first one was this one, Unbreakable, and that was recommended by Tim Cole, and absolutely loved this film. You'll see kind of my full I guess my full kind of reaction and everything in the last video, and kind of what I thought about this film. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved this film. I really enjoyed it. And then the next one was a recommendation from Ash at Popcorn and Horror, and it is this one, Hearts in Atlantis, again, which I just absolutely adored. I thought this was fantastic. So thank you to those 2 channels for the recommendations on these ones. And then next is a film I know a lot of people have been showing this one. I think I think it was it a BFI release? Please correct me if I'm wrong. A BFI release of this film on 4K, and a lot of people in the community were picking it up. And to be quite honest, like, I haven't seen this film, and it's one I'm very nervous to watch because I just feel like it's going to break my heart. And you know, I feel like it's going to be so sad. But I just said I would give it a go, and then again, I can always kind of upgrade if, you know, if I see fit, if it's something that I really enjoy. But I said I would pick up Watership Down. So yeah, again, this one, another eBay pickup. And yeah, I've just heard so many sad things about this over the years. And yeah, I know it's just an animation, but I just feel like I just have a feeling this is going to be one that is going to make me very emotional. So I don't necessarily want to kind of spend a lot of money on it and have not seen it. So I said I would pick it up first and kind of give it a go. I know there is a song, a very famous song from Art Garfunkel on this film soundtrack, which I absolutely adore, Bright Eyes. But yeah, other than that, I don't know really too much else about the story, but I'm really kind of looking forward to checking it out, but I'm also a little bit nervous. So yeah, please let me know in the comments if this is one that you recently picked up and kind of what you thought about it, and is it really that sad? Sometimes I do love a good, like, emotional film, and I love a good cry, but I just think the reputation of this one is so strong that yeah, I'm just a little bit wary going into this one. But yeah, I just said I would kind of have a copy anyway in the collection, and kind of when I feel like I'm ready to watch it, then I will get around to it. But yeah, Watership Down, please let me know in the comments if you've seen this one. Then the next eBay pickup is one I know, like, a lot of other channels have also been kind of picking this one up, and I think this was on like a HMV premium edition. I think Sam might have also actually did this one in a recent video. He might have showed that he picked this one up. But it is this one, The Omega Man. And yeah, this one really intrigues me. Again, it's not one I know too much about, but the story and everything just sounded very interesting to me. I think this is definitely one I ordered in January, and I really can't remember what my kind of thought process was, but I think it could have just been, you know, like another kind of 70s one that I hadn't seen, that I just that I wanted to get into the collection so I could, you know, I could finally check out. But yeah, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Again, as I said, I know a lot of other people in the community have seen this one and own this one. So yeah, please let me know what you think of The Omega Man. It does sound absolutely great. So I'm really looking forward to checking it out, and I definitely want to see more Charlton Heston as well. I know he's an actor that's very beloved, and again, a lot of other people in the community talk about him, you know, kind of with very high regard. So he's definitely an actor I want to get more into. So The Omega Man was the next pickup. So next one is only one that I only recently just heard of as well. I've definitely seen this cover art and everything before, but I've literally just heard about this film, and kind of it just sounded absolutely fantastic, so I just really wanted to pick it up. And it is this movie called Everything is Illuminated. So now this one I think is about it's about a young Jewish man played by Elijah Wood, and he is very kind of interested in kind of collecting like family artifacts, and kind of this one says like stamps, teacups, cigar bands, all that kind of thing. So he collects all those types of things belonging to his family. And basically in the film he discovers that his granddad was basically saved from the Nazis during the war. So he decides to go on a trip to Ukraine to basically meet this woman that saved him. And it's I guess it's sort of like a kind of a journey of kind of discovery, and one of these films where you kind of look into your identity and kind of learn about yourself and all that kind of thing. And yeah, it just sounded really, really intriguing to me. Like, it looks like one of these ones that's going to be kind of very humorous and everything like that, but I've no doubt there's going to be some very, very moving kind of scenes in it, and so I'm really looking forward to this one. Yeah, it just looks extremely kind of heartwarming and just very intriguing. And I know I did mention before that I really want to see the movie A Real Pain, so maybe if you're someone that has seen that, maybe this one might be kind of of a similar kind of a similar kind of genre, just given that I think that that's what happens in that film as well, that they go to, maybe it is the Ukraine, or maybe they go to kind of the concentration camps and everything to kind of discover about their, you know, about their history and everything like that. And yeah, I really enjoy films like that, so I really want to check both of these ones out, and hopefully I'll come back with kind of with my thoughts on it, but it's one I'm so much looking forward to seeing. Then next, I picked up two westerns starring Paul Newman, and they are Hood and Ombre. Now I know that when I did my recent video and I talked about Soldier Blue, somebody recommended this one to me, and I'm so sorry, for the life of me I cannot remember who put it in the comments for me to check it out, because I think it's like a similar, like a kind of anti-western movie, where they kind of, you know, kind of change the conventions and everything about westerns. And I'm really sorry, I just cannot remember who said it to me in the comments, but I did take your suggestion on board, whoever you are, and yeah, I should have looked up who it was, but thank you for the suggestion. And yeah, no, just when I got that comment, I really wanted to kind of get this one, and as well because I love Paul Newman as well, and I do want to see a lot more Paul Newman films. I know he has such like a prolific career, so it's definitely, like, he's definitely going to be an actor that you know, I'll have kind of films to watch from him for a very long time. But as I have been watching more westerns as well, I just thought I would grab these two, so very much looking forward to these ones as well. And again, if you've seen these or any of the films that I'm talking about, please definitely let me know in the comments and kind of what your thoughts were, because I just love getting the feedback and just hearing what you think about them as well. And then next is one that I genuinely have been putting in and out of my basket for like years. For some reason this one just sounded like it was going to be so interesting. So this one is kind of like a political, it was like I thought it was going to be more of like a dark political kind of thriller, but it was actually more of like a comedic kind of political film. And yeah, I just really did not get on with this film at all. It was this one called Silver City. So this one from the Tartan DVD range. So yeah, this was just really not my cup of tea. The cast and everything are fantastic. We have Daryl Hannah, Chris Cooper, Danny Houston, Richard Dreyfuss, Chris Christopherson, Tim Roth, Tora Birch and Billy Zane. So like an insane cast. It's kind of like definitely one that I don't hear really anyone talking about. I wonder if it's kind of more of an independent film, just given that it's on the Tartan label as well. But yeah, this one I just did not gel with this one at all. So I actually do love like political films. Like, I'm really interested in politics anyway, and so kind of when I find political films that I haven't seen before, like I'm very interested to watch them. But this one, it centers about this guy who's played by Chris Cooper, who's running for governor, and kind of he's shooting this kind of campaign ad, and kind of meanwhile they discover a dead body in the lake, kind of literally in the same location that he's filming this kind of commercial. And his campaign team basically hire this investigative journalist to kind of look into it and kind of find out who this corpse is, why they're there, kind of you know, and kind of figure out how, you know, how would this kind of affect the governor's chances of getting elected, or the candidate's chances of getting elected as governor. And yeah, he kind of goes through and he does kind of discover a lot. He meets all these different kind of characters, and you know, he kind of discovers like a lot of kind of things going on that you know, are very unsavory kind of activities and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know, like I just literally couldn't help but feel like I was being kind of lectured to in this film. I know it was like very satirical, it was all meant to be kind of very tongue-in-cheek, but I could just kind of feel like they were kind of advertising for a specific kind of ideology, and I kind of don't really like that in a film. Like I don't know, like it was just being very unsubtle in terms of kind of what side it was on and kind of who were the good guys, who were the bad guys. But like, politics is not really like that. It's, you know, it's not kind of black and white. And I think for me, I just hate that kind of feeling of like we're kind of lecturing to you, and we know better, and kind of our viewpoint is the correct one. And but look, I mean, it is obviously the writer director, that's their viewpoint, and they can put that into a film. But it just wasn't my cup of tea at all. So I kind of don't really like that. I kind of like political films that are a little bit more ambiguous, whereas this one was like very much like kind of rubbing it in your face that if you think a certain way, or if you support a certain party, that you are a bad person, and that this way is the right way to think, and you know, the people that think a certain way are the good guys of the story. So I don't really like that. I don't like to feel kind of bullied into a certain kind of viewpoint. I do like things that are, as I said, more ambiguous and can be viewed and enjoyed by like a wider range of people, rather than, oh, you have to be a certain, you know, think a certain way to enjoy this. So yeah, it just was not for me. It's not one that I'm going to be keeping in the collection. I just literally kept it just for the purposes to show that I picked it up this month. But yeah, this one will be going in the charity shop pile. But I'm glad I finally checked it off the list, because it's been one that I kind of thought I was going to enjoy for a really long time. So at least now I know that it's not for me. But yeah, it could definitely be up your street, but just for me it was a bit of a miss. But yeah, Silver City was the next pickup, and yeah, it won't be staying in the collection. So next we have another addition to the collection starring Kurt Russell, which I'm very excited to check out. And I know this one is available on Arrow Video, but I just wasn't able to get a hold of it on Amazon. I know they have it on HMV, so I think if this is one that I really like, then I'll upgrade it and I'll get it on Arrow, because the Arrow edition looks really nice. So it is this film Dark Blue. So yeah, this one seems to be like a cop kind of thriller drama film centered in LA, and stars of course Kurt Russell and then also Ving Rhames. Yeah, so this one just sounds really interesting. So it's about kind of, from what I gather, Kurt Russell kind of plays like a very ruthless kind of cop, and like he's totally just at odds with crime, and he kind of will deal with it by any means necessary, but it's not necessarily like the kind of right way to do things. Then he basically, I think, starts working with like a new partner, and this person alerts like the police chief to kind of all of these kind of activities that are going on, and the fact that Kurt is not really kind of playing by the rules that he kind of signed up to. So that's pretty much kind of all I gather from it. But it sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm really interested in films like that, like that the kind of crooked kind of cop kind of storyline. It sounds very, very interesting to me. So yeah, this is one that I can't wait to check out. So Dark Blue, again, if anyone has seen this one, definitely please let me know. Then next is one, again, this is another one that's been on my radar for so long, and I've had it kind of in and out of the basket for absolutely ages, but finally decided to pull the trigger, and I'm really glad I did, because this is one that I have watched and that I really, really enjoyed. So it's this one, Heaven Can Wait. So I actually just got done watching this one there this morning, and yeah, this was really, really good, really enjoyable. So this is a film from 1978, and it's actually starring Warren Beatty, and it's also directed by Warren Beatty and Buck Henry, and I think Buck Henry actually wrote the screenplay. Oh no, it was actually Elaine May and Warren Beatty actually wrote the screenplay. So like Warren Beatty like fully kind of involved in this project. But this was really, really fantastic and really funny. So essentially Warren Beatty kind of plays this quarterback who his team are kind of on the way to kind of qualify for the Super Bowl, and he ends up basically dying, and unfortunately, and before he kind of goes to heaven, there's this kind of, I guess, this kind of not limbo, but like it's kind of like a waiting room kind of for heaven. And while he's there, he's just kind of giving out, and he's protesting like, why did you have to kill me now? Because he's going to qualify for the Super Bowl. Is there anything he can do? And basically he ends up being able to take someone else's body, someone else who kind of recently died, and he can kind of take their body and kind of continue on for a short period of time in their body. So he does this. And so this is not really kind of giving anything away, but then he ends up kind of taking the body of basically this kind of corporate giant. Like, he's the head of this huge corporation, and there's a lot of like opposition to this person at the time. So he's kind of facing a lot of questions and everything when he takes the body over the body. But then kind of what happens from then is extremely funny, and is very, very entertaining, and kind of how he deals with it, and he kind of changes this character, and then he kind of wants this character to like train to basically become the next quarterback for his team. So yeah, a highly, highly entertaining film, and the script is just so good. Like, it just you know, it's just so funny, and the characters and everything are really funny in it. And Warren Beatty, like, when you kind of get past the fact that he's a quarterback, which he doesn't really look like a quarterback, but you kind of just have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. But yeah, Warren Beatty is great in this. Again, really, really funny. And yeah, this is just such an enjoyable watch, and just a really easy watch as well, and just very, very entertaining. So Heaven Can Wait was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so if you like kind of other, you know, kind of comedies from Elaine May, and kind of very fast paced, very, you know, very, very kind of witty, and then with kind of some slapstick elements in it. If you like comedies like that, I think you'll really enjoy Heaven Can Wait. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. So Heaven Can Wait was the next pickup. So then next is another Sam Peckinpah film, and a director that I absolutely love. But this is one that I don't have in my collection yet. So it's this one. It is a German release, but the film is called The Osterman Weekend. And yeah, so kind of pretty much all I know about this is it is a it's a movie about I think he's like a TV journalist, like an investigative journalist, and he's approached by the CIA because the CIA thinks that some of his friends are kind of communist spies, like Soviet spies, and so he invites them for like a weekend away to kind of try to ascertain whether that's true and try and kind of get the truth out of them. So I just think that premise just sounds so intriguing to me. I know this is not one of Sam Peckinpah's most kind of revered films. Like, I know it doesn't have like the most incredible ratings, but to me that story sounds absolutely fantastic, and I'm really into kind of films like that, like the kind of Red Scare kind of films, and you know, that kind of McCarthy kind of era where you know, everyone was kind of being suspected of being like a communist spy, and kind of, you know, cooperating with the Soviets and all that kind of thing, and just kind of the paranoia and everything that comes from that, I think just makes a fantastic story. So very, very intrigued to check it out. And I think this might be his last film as well, Sam Peckinpah's last film. And I think it's based on a book by Robert Ludlum. So yeah, really, really excited to see this one. I think yeah, this will be high up on my watch list, because I really really want to watch this one very soon. Then another final film from one of my favorite directors, and this time from Sidney Lumet, and I think this was his last film as well. This one is called Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. And yeah, this one again has been another one that's been on my radar for a really long time, so I'm very, very excited to see this one. So this one is stars Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ethan Hawke, Marissa Tomei, and Albert Finney. And this one, I'll just kind of briefly read it. So it says, Andy, a frustrated drug using New York accountant, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, with a failing marriage to Gina, Marissa Tomei, is in desperate need of some money. He persuades his timid young brother, Ethan Hawke, to rob his parents' jewellery store and solve all of their monetary problems. But the job goes horribly wrong, triggering a series of events that sends the brothers and their father hurtling towards a shattering climax. So sounds really, really interesting. I've heard absolutely fantastic things about this. I think it has like a really good score on IMDb as well. So yeah, just another one I cannot wait to check out, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. The next is a couple of Meryl Streep films that I didn't have in my collection that I just really had to get. And the first one is this one called A Cry in the Dark. This one I have seen. I actually watched it I think I watched it last year at some point, but I watched it on YouTube, and like the link was, or the quality and everything wasn't great. But this is really, really good. This is about a an Australian family who they go camping, and their baby ends up getting kidnapped by a dingo. And like it's really tragic, and essentially because I don't think this had ever been heard of before, that you know a dingo would take a baby. But yeah, the mother and the father basically get accused of murder, murdering the child. And it's a very, very long kind of drawn out kind of battle to prove their innocence. But oh my god, the performance from Meryl Streep in this is incredible. And yeah, she does a great Australian accent as well. Like it, I never kind of once felt like I'm watching Meryl Streep, like I'm watching an American actress. Like I was so immersed in her being this character. And I think she did a spectacular job. I think she was nominated for an Oscar for this one as well. I think she's nominated for most of her performances, to be honest. But yeah, if you haven't seen this one, if you are a Meryl Streep fan, yeah, this is a really good one. Very, very kind of tragic story, but yeah, it's a fantastic drama film, fantastic family drama. And yeah, highly recommend this one, A Cry in the Dark. And then next, with Meryl Streep is one that, another one that I absolutely love, and I had to get in my collection because I'm definitely gonna be rewatching this one at some point. This is another one I watched, I think, for the first time last year. And it's a Robert Zemeckis film, and it is Death Becomes Her. This is absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is just what I just feel like modern comedies just kind of lack. Like this kind of just really kind of wacky, zany, like fun kind of comedy, especially with these kind of more kind of spooky elements. This one just has some really incredible like visual effects, and as you can kind of see some of them on the cover. And yeah, this is just such a fun film. So basically it's about these kind of two kind of friends played by Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn, and they've kind of always been kind of competing with each other over the years, and kind of competing over the same man, played by Bruce Willis. And kind of when Meryl Streep she kind of starts to get older, and she decides basically to take this this kind of potion, and it basically kind of promises like eternal youth. And she kind of sees kind of results kind of straight away, but like of course, as you can imagine, just things just go badly wrong. And there is just some fantastic kind of scenes between Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. Like the kind of rivalry between the two of them is so funny. And it's very, very slapstick, very kind of a lot of visual kind of humor, but it just works so well. So if you have not seen Death Becomes Her, it is absolutely fantastic, and just such a fantastic comedy. So one I knew I had to have in the collection. So next, and yes, we are still on the eBay purchases, so I do apologize, but yeah, the eBay, there's a lot of eBay purchases this month, but there's only a couple left now from eBay, and then I'll move on to some of the other pickups. But I picked up Tommy, the movie, and this one is a Ken Russell directed film. And yeah, I've had my eye on this one for absolutely ages as well. And I know when I talked about The Lair of the White Worm, and I talked about Altered States as well, kind of in a recent video, and a lot of people then recommended this one, Tommy. But as I said, it's been on my radar, but yeah, I just haven't pulled the trigger yet, so I thought it was the perfect time to do it. And now that I've kind of seen a few more of Ken Russell's films, and I really enjoyed them. And so this one has like an incredible cast. So it stars Roger Daltrey, Anne Margaret, Oliver Reed, Jack Nicholson, Robert Powell, Paul Nicholas, Elton John, Tina Turner, Eric Clapton, and The Who. And it says Roger Daltrey plays Tommy Walker, a boy struck deaf, dumb and blind by a childhood trauma, who through encounters with such outrageous characters as the Pinball Wizard and the Acid Queen grows up to find fame and salvation as both a master pinball player and a religious cult figure. So this one, I know it has a very iconic song. I think it's called Pinball Wizard, that I've heard a lot over the years. And as well, like I'm really interested in films based on cults, and you know, films about cults. And if you ever look up kind of like best movies about cults or about religious cults, this one always comes up on the list. So I feel like it's not maybe in a kind of traditional way or a typical way, but yeah, this one always comes up, so I just really cannot wait to finally check it out, and I just know it's going to be just as mad as the other Ken Russell films that I've watched. So yeah, Tommy is the next pickup. Cannot wait to see this one as well. Then okay, only two more from eBay. So the next one is one that yeah, another one I've been meaning to watch for a really long time, and I have a great feeling that I'm going to really love this one, and it is Nebraska. And this one is directed by Alexander Payne, and it stars Bruce Dern, Will Forte, June Squibb, Stacey Keach, and Bob Odenkirk. And I believe that this one is it's like a road trip film where Bruce Dern is the dad, and I think he and his son kind of go on a cross country road trip to claim like $1 million prize. I think it's in like either the lotto or sweepstakes or something like that. And I guess it does become kind of like one of these kind of journeys of self-discovery, and kind of where we learn a lot about their relationship and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it sounds really fantastic. I know it's I think it came out in like 2013 or 2014, and I think there was a lot of Oscar kind of buzz with this one at the time. And yeah, so I really can't wait to see it. And I know Alexander Payne just has some fantastic other films as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, Nebraska. And then finally from eBay is one that I'm so happy now to have in my collection, and it's one that I streamed a few weeks ago, and I absolutely loved. And there's been a lot of kind of conversation in the movie community about this one as well. A lot of other people kind of checking it out, and a lot of other people saying, you know, how much they enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm delighted to have this one in my collection, because I know it'll be one that I'll come back to, and it is Breakdown with Kurt Russell. So yeah, I talked about this one in a weekly watches like a good few weeks back, but yeah, I knew I had to pick this one up on physical media because I just absolutely loved it. It was such a thrilling, like exhilarating kind of like action film, just with just some really intense scenes, and yeah, fantastic performance as always by Kurt Russell. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So yeah, I'm delighted to finally have this one now in my collection. So that is all the eBay pickups. God, there was an awful lot there, but yeah, some ones that I'm so excited to check out, and then some other ones that I've seen that yeah, that I'm really excited now to have in my collection. And so next I'm going to go through a couple of CEX pickups. So I only did like one CEX trip this month, and it was like way earlier in the month, and it was a CEX in Arklow, which is in County Wicklow. And yeah, I was meeting a friend up there, so I decided to call into the CEX. I just can't go to a new town without going into CEX and seeing what they had. So I did pick up a couple of titles there that I'll show you now. So the first one I picked up, I know this is actually a film like that I see a lot in like the charity shop and CEX and all that kind of thing. It's one that's floating around quite frequently, but I did decide to pick it up because my husband really likes this kind of film, and he has kind of gotten into Omar Sharif a good bit. My husband plays bridge, and Omar Sharif also plays bridge, so I think he just likes that fact now. And just the fact that yeah, this looks like a good historical kind of action film. So I picked up this one, Hidalgo. So yeah, as I said, this one kind of does be floating around quite a bit, and so it's an easy enough one to get. But I thought he would really enjoy this one, but I'm not too sure now if I'm going to watch this one with him, or if I'll let him watch it on his own. But please let me know, has anyone seen this one before, and what do they think of it? I do really like Viggo Mortensen. I think he's very good and very talented. So there's potential I could watch it, but yeah, please let me know. Yeah, I'm really not too sure, but I feel like it's something that he'll really enjoy, so I picked it up just for him. Then the next one I picked up is one that I have seen. I think I saw it on maybe Netflix like years and years ago, but I remember really enjoying it, so I decided to pick it up kind of with a view to eventually giving it a rewatch. And it's this one, The Judge. So this one stars Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall, who is one of my favorite actors. And yeah, so this one from what I remember, like, it centers around this father-son kind of couple, and the dad is a judge, and kind of he's very used to him being very kind of capable and very strong and everything like that. And the dad is accused of murder, and so kind of when that happens, kind of he and the son are, you know, kind of have to face into a lot of stuff, and including kind of their relationship. And then also the dad is kind of very much aging, and you know, the Robert Downey Jr. character is kind of trying to cope with that as well, and the fact that his dad is nowhere near kind of as capable as what he once was. And so there's a lot to deal with in this. I just remember it being a fantastic family drama, with some very, very kind of sad scenes, very hard to watch scenes, but fantastic performances by both of the main actors in this. So yeah, if you haven't seen this one, The Judge, definitely one I would recommend. As I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, but we'll be getting a rewatch hopefully very soon. So the next one I picked out is on the Studio Canal Vintage Classics collection. It's a DVD, and the reason I picked up this one is because of Katharine Hepburn. I have been wanting to see more of her films, and I know this one, I think this is the one that she and Barbara Streisand tied for Best Actress. They both won, like they both tied that year. And it is this one, The Lion in Winter. Now, I really, other than the fact that Katharine Hepburn won an Oscar for this, I really don't know too much about it. It is like a historical epic from what I can tell, and let's see, who was it directed by? It's directed by Anthony Harvey, and it says he was also also nominated for an Oscar that year. So yeah, has a John Barry score. Other than that, I really don't know too much about this one, but I never really see kind of some Katharine Hepburn films when I'm out and about. So when I saw it, I just decided to grab it. So hopefully one I will get to at some point. Then on a bit of a different note, is one that one I had actually never heard of before, but it sounded really interesting to me. And this is it's the story of a serial killer called Karla Homolka, I think is her name, and this film is called Karla, and in this the character is played by Laura Prepon from That 70s Show and Orange is the New Black. So yeah, she plays this serial killer. So kind of aside from knowing the basic kind of premise, and you know that it's based on a real life serial killer, I don't really know too much else about it, but I'll just give you like the brief synopsis. So it says, he was a serial womanizer obsessed with violent sex. She was a girl who would do anything to make her man happy. The twisted relationship that developed between Paul Bernardo and his young wife Carla triggered a sickening chain of events that include kidnap, multiple rape and murder. Based on interviews, police reports and videotapes shot by the perpetrators as they committed their terrible crimes, this is the true and compelling story of the couple next door and the pure evil that drove them to kill again and again. So yeah, that sounds very, very interesting. It sounds like it's going to be a rough watch, but I would be interested to see kind of Laura Prepon in, you know, a very, very kind of dramatic role as well, because I've actually never watched Orange is the New Black, so I know her primarily from That 70s Show. So it'd be interesting to see her in like a very different role. But yeah, if anyone has heard of this one or has seen it, again, please let me know. It's not one I heard of you know, before I saw it. So yeah, another one that I'm keen to give a go to. So next from CEX is this movie called Capote, and I picked this one up because I know Philip Seymour Hoffman did get Best Actor Oscar for this one, and I was just really keen to check this out and kind of see what his performance is like. I'm not quite sure about the story, whether it's going to be something that is going to kind of interest me, but yeah, I'm definitely intrigued just to check it out. And a lot of the time, you know, if you have an amazing kind of lead performance, like it does make a big difference. So this one, it does say that this one takes place throughout the course of when Truman Capote was writing the book In Cold Blood, and it's about he and Harper Lee kind of investigating a murder that takes place in Kansas in the 50s. So yeah, it could be really interesting. I don't know too much beyond, you know, the kind of main synopsis, but yeah, again, for Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance, I'm really looking forward to seeing this one, and kind of seeing what the movie is like. So again, has anyone seen Capote? Please let me know if you have. Then finally from CEX is a movie that I actually hadn't heard of before, but I kind of picked it up because Dennis Hopper is in it, and I have been wanting to see more of his films as well. And it is this film, Mad Dog Morgan. So again, I just really kind of don't know too much about this one. So I'll kind of give you the brief synopsis. So it says Dennis Hopper plays Irish immigrant Mad Dog Morgan. In the 1800s, Morgan leaves his native Ireland to find fortune in the Australian gold rush. But like so many others, he only finds hardship and poverty and an education in the have and have nots of life. Morgan witnesses a massacre of Chinese immigrants by a gang of racist thugs and barely escapes with his own life. The images of horror that he witnessed torment him, and he begins to descend into a pit of despair and madness. And then it says, with his behaviour becoming even more eccentric, Morgan slides into a life of crime. He attempts a robbery but is caught and spends many years in a prison hulk, victimised and brutalised by sadistic Sergeant Smith, played by Bill Hunter. So, yeah, this just sounds very interesting. This kind of keeps going on and on. So I'm afraid this kind of might give it away too much, but yeah, this sounds really interesting. I have no doubt that Dennis Hopper is going to be really good for this role, and you know, is going to do a great job. But yeah, other than that, I don't know too much about this or this kind of period in history or anything like that. So I'm very intrigued to see it, and I'm very intrigued to see kind of how Dennis Hopper does an Irish accent and if it's any good. There's a lot of kind of Irish accents out there that are really, really bad. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing his one. I hope he does a really good one. But it is kind of, I think it is kind of hard to get right. And especially if you're from like Ireland like me, like it's very easy to hear it if it's not, you know, if it's not good. So hopefully he does a good job, but I'm willing to give it a go anyway and see what it's like. But yeah, the last CEX pickup is Mad Dog Morgan. So then finally, I'm just getting onto the pile of DVDs that I picked up secondhand. So these are all charity shop pickups. And yeah, I didn't actually do too badly in the charity shops this month. A couple of like decent ones that I, you know, that I picked up because I, you know, I'm kind of interested enough to kind of watch them. So the first one is speaking of bad Irish accents, this is a movie directed by Ron Howard, which is actually the reason why I picked it up, because I kind of do want to complete his filmography at some point. And it is this film, Far and Away. Now I know this is kind of like, I actually really don't know too much about this film, but I just know that it is renowned for just having like absolutely terrible Irish accents. So I kind of didn't really pay too much attention to what it's about, but I do really want to give it a go again for the director. So this one says it stars Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman star in this critically acclaimed romantic adventure from director Ron Howard. This breathtaking epic opens on the west coast of Ireland in 1892. Joseph Donnelly, played by Cruise, a poor tenant farmer, is determined to bring justice to an oppressive landlord. Instead, he finds himself accompanying the landlord's daughter, Shannon, played by Kidman, to America in a quest for land. Arriving in Boston, Joseph finds a place for them to live while proving a natural at bare-fisted boxing. Okay. And then it kind of continues, but yeah, it does seem like it's a, you know, like an epic kind of historical film about kind of two Irish immigrants that go to the US, and yeah, so I'm interested to see kind of what happens. I'm not too sure kind of what else kind of happens, or I haven't really heard too many people kind of talking about this one. So yeah, I'm very interested. I'm going to go in with an open mind and not kind of judge it too harshly based on the accents, and just hope that it's, you know, the performances are at least good, and you know that the film itself is good. So yeah, please let me know if you've seen Far and Away. Yeah, it'll be a first time watch for me, but yeah, I'm very interested to see what I think. So next, from a charity shop, I found this one, The Odd Couple 2. So I've actually been wanting to see The Odd Couple for the longest time, and I haven't been able to find it just yet. It seems like it's a little bit of a tricky one to kind of get. So I did find this one in the charity shop and they didn't have the first one, so I just said I would pick it up because I will eventually see The Odd Couple, and then I can have the second one then kind of ready to go. So yeah, I won't be watching this one till I find the first one, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually finally seeing the first one. So this one stars Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, two actors who I really love and want to see more of. And I know The Odd Couple is kind of like an iconic role with the two of them, and I think it was adapted from a stage play which they made a film of. So yeah, I can't wait to find the first one, but yeah, I just picked up the second one just to have on standby. Next was a total blind buy for me, one that I had never heard of or seen before at all, and it's still packaged, and it's called Shadowlands, and this one stars Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger. And I think in this one, Anthony Hopkins plays the author C.S. Lewis, and he basically falls in love with this character played by Deborah Winger, and I think it's kind of about their kind of relationship, and this is kind of set during the time where he's teaching at Oxford. So kind of beyond that, I really don't know anything else about it. So I mean, Anthony Hopkins is just an incredible actor, so I have no doubt, you know, he'll be fantastic in it. But yeah, I'd be interested to know, has anyone else heard of or seen this one? And if so, please let me know what you thought, because it's, yeah, it's a total blind buy for me. Next is another complete blind buy, one that another one that I had never heard of before, but it's from a director that I do like. It's from the director Gus Van Sant, and this one is, the screenplay is by John Krasinski and Matt Damon, and it's this one called A Promised Land. So yeah, I'd never heard of this before. I just saw it and didn't know anything about it, and it kind of sounded interesting, so I just kind of grabbed it. So it says this one is about corporate salesman Steve Butler, played by Matt Damon, has been dispatched to the rural town of McKinley with his sales partner Francis McDormand to offer much needed relief to the economically hard hit residents in exchange for drilling rights to the properties. So yeah, again, don't know too much about this one. Please let me know if you've seen this one. It's totally new to me, so but it does kind of look interesting. It's from 2013, it says, and yeah, just again, really don't know anything about it, but I do like this director, so yeah, I have high hopes for this one. Next, I found this classic western. So this is a John Ford western, and yeah, this one is called Stagecoach. So another one, it's like a total kind of blind buy for me. I have heard of Stagecoach, but to be honest, like, I thought this was a musical, but it's not a musical. It just seems like it is just a, you know, just a classic kind of western tale. But yeah, not one that I know anything about. It just says that this one is from 1963. It was directed by John Ford, and it stars John Wayne, Claire Trevor, John Carradine, and Thomas Mitchell. And yeah, that's really literally, that's kind of all I kind of know about it. So yeah, definitely kind of, as well as the kind of more modern westerns, definitely want to get into the kind of older style westerns, the more classic ones. And I know John Ford is a very kind of renowned western director, and you know, his landscapes and everything are very, very famous and very well known. So I haven't got too much into his films at all, but yeah, let me know, is this a good place to start? Have you seen Stagecoach, and if so, what did you think? But yeah, Stagecoach, I was happy enough to find this one in the charity shop and give it a go. And the next one that I picked up in the charity shop is one that I know was recommended in a video by Ollie from Ollie Loves Films. So Ollie had talked about this one recently. Now, I had been aware of this film, and to be honest, I wasn't too sure if it was something that kind of interested me, but when I heard Ollie talking about it, I kind of realized that maybe I kind of wrote it off, you know, unfairly. So actually not too long later, only a few days later, I came across it in a charity shop, and it's this movie, My Week with Marilyn. And this is yeah, this is a film where Michelle Williams plays Marilyn Monroe, and I think this is the account of there's a character played by Eddie Redmayne, and he kind of finds himself as an assistant to Marilyn Monroe, I think, on a set of a film that was filmed in the UK. And so I guess it was kind of the tale of kind of how he got along with her that week. And it's, I suppose it's probably, it looks like it's kind of going to be like a character study of Marilyn Monroe and what she was kind of like to be around, and the kind of relationships and everything that she had at the time. Now, I'm not usually, like, I actually don't know if I've ever watched a Marilyn Monroe film, to be honest. She's not someone who has kind of really interested me, or, you know, I know a lot of kind of girls really like the image of her and everything like that, and I've never really kind of got the kind of fascination with her. But I mean, maybe she is someone very interesting to look into, so maybe this is kind of a good kind of way to start to learn a little bit about who she was, and the kind of character and everything that she kind of played, because she was very, very flamboyant. And definitely I think that the Marilyn Monroe was like a character that the Norma Jean, you know, person that she played. So maybe this is an interesting way to kind of start. So I do really like Michelle Williams. I'm a huge Dawson's Creek fan from back in the day. It was a kind of TV show that I grew up with and that I still watch, that I love. So Michelle Williams, I know she has kind of been one of the cast members from that show that has really just gone above and beyond, and she's done some incredible work. So maybe, yeah, even just for or for Michelle's performance, maybe I need to check this one out as well. So yeah, thank you to Ollie for talking about this one. So yeah, looking forward to kind of seeing it, and hopefully it's positive and I really like it. So yeah, my week with Marilyn again. Anyone else that's seen it, please let me know what you thought. So next are three DVDs that I picked up in a local charity shop, and it was three for €1. So the one I actually kind of mainly wanted was this one, and this one is Lost in Space. Now the reason I kind of wanted it was because it's been on my radar because William Hurt and Gary Oldman are in it, and I just think they're both absolutely fantastic as actors. But I don't know if I have like the highest hopes for this film, especially that like Matt LeBlanc and Heather Graham are like kind of two of the main characters. I'm just not overly confident that this is going to be like amazing, but maybe it just kind of looks like it's going to be a little bit of fun. So please let me know if you've seen Lost in Space and what you thought. Kind of briefly, it says the year is 2058. With Earth's resources dwindling, human survival depends upon the Robinson family, launched into space to colonize Alpha Prime, the only other inhabitable planet in the galaxy. But when a stowaway sabotages the mission, the Robinsons find themselves hurtling through uncharted space and non-stop adventure. So yeah, I think it is just supposed to be like a bit of fun. And yeah, there's kind of like an interesting mix of actors in this one, I suppose. But yeah, I other than that, I don't think it's ever one I've ever kind of seen before, but I have come across it, you know, when I've been looking up William Hurt and Gary Oldman's kind of filmography. So yeah, Lost in Space is kind of the main one that I wanted to pick up. But then there was, yeah, I just had to pick like two others, and there wasn't really anything I wanted, so I just grabbed this one, Practical Magic, and which is one that like I've seen so many times over the years in the charity shops, and I've not been sure if it's been one that kind of particularly interests me. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Again, if you would really recommend this one, please let me know, because then I'll, you know, make a point to see it. But yeah, I think it's like a 90s kind of witchcraft movie, like a romantic kind of witchcraft film. So yeah, I'm not too sure kind of anything beyond that, but yeah, it's in the collection now anyway, so I'm sure I'll kind of watch it at some point. And then another one, which kind of wouldn't typically be my kind of film, but I did pick up this one just because Gene Hackman is in it, and this one is Heartbreakers. So yeah, I just again, I just kind of wanted to kind of collect as much Gene Hackman films as I possibly could. Of course, we got like the very, very sad news on Wednesday or Thursday, I think it was, that unfortunately Gene Hackman has passed away. And yeah, it's like incredibly shocking, and yeah, it's just like very, very upsetting, because he is such an icon of cinema, and you know, he's kind of just renowned as one of the most incredible actors, and you know, his filmography and everything is so vast and so prolific. So it's incredibly sad that he's gone, and I know he hasn't done a lot in like the last, I think maybe 15 years. But you still kind of take comfort in the fact that he's still, you know, he's still walking the earth, he's still with us, and you know, that the fact that he's such a legend and he's still alive was, you know, I think was enough. But yeah, it's very sad that he passed away, and of course his wife and his dog also passed away. So the circumstances are still being determined, but yeah, no, it's incredibly sad. So yeah, I just literally just picked this one up just because Gene Hackman is in it, and I do want to see as much of his films as I possibly can. And then on that note, I also did find this one on a separate day, and that one is French Connection 2. So I absolutely adore The French Connection. It's an incredible film directed by William Friedkin, and of course starring Gene Hackman in an Oscar-winning performance. So he plays Popeye Doyle in this film, and in The French Connection 2 he reprises that role. And this one is not directed by William Friedkin. It's directed by who is it directed by? John Frankenheimer actually directs the sequel. So Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's obviously not as good as the original, but I mean, the original is just such a classic. But I'm still really looking forward to seeing the second one, and just seeing if it kind of, you know, kind of lives up to the kind of even kind of holds some of the spirit that the first one does. But yeah, it's one I'm really happy to have in my collection, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. And yeah, again, I just want to get kind of some more Gene Hackman films into my collection. Like I've definitely seen like quite a few of his films, but when you look up his filmography, like it just goes on and on and on and on. Like he was just so prolific, which is great because it means that there's so many more films for us to explore with Gene Hackman in them. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this one, and hopefully kind of getting through more of his films in the future, because he was just absolutely incredible. And so that is everything that I picked up in February. Yeah, that was a crazy amount of DVDs to be picking up in 1 month. But as I did say at the start, I think there was a good few that I ordered in January that kind of arrived in February, so I just included them in this haul. But yeah, there's so much here to kind of keep me entertained and keep me busy now for the next while. So I do have some of these I kind of do want to watch and do my part 2 of my kind of community recommendations video. So as I kind of had mentioned, that some of these were recommendations from other members of the film community here on YouTube. So I'm gonna kind of prioritize those ones and get those into another video. And then hopefully in the next coming weeks I'll be having more of my just regular kind of weekly watches videos, in which you will, I'm sure, see some of these titles included. So yeah, if there's any of these other ones as well that you have seen and that you think I really need to watch like ASAP, please let me know in the comments. Or as well, also if there's any recommendations based off some of these titles that I've showed that you think that I might also like, definitely please let me know. Your comments and suggestions and feedback and everything are so welcomed, and I really appreciate all the kind of interaction and everything that I get through the comments. So yeah, if you are still watching this video, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your patience as I go through all these titles. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you are not already subscribed, please do subscribe, and please give this video a like and everything like that, because it just will kind of help kind of get my videos out there a little bit more. But yeah, as I said, thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.